Hello, my friends, and welcome to a little bit different kind of a video today. Our Shaving Cadre Com is coming up, and I'm taking a box of cigars with me. Before I go, I decided I wouldn't have you guys smoke anything that I wouldn't smoke, so I'm going to try one out. I got to open the box. Sometimes, and it's not common at all, it's really rare that you can get a box of cigars and have them be infested with critters. I'm 99.79329% sure that this won't be, but just in case, I figured I'd open one up. Besides, it's been years since I've smoked a cigar, so I'm gonna sit out here in the garage with my best gal. Oh, that's her. This is her right here. With my best gal, and we're gonna check out these cigars. And these are indeed Candelas. Okay, good. Candela refers to the green colored wrapping that's on the outside of the cigar. These are 50 rings, I think. It's not a particularly long cigar. I'd guess it'll be about 6 inches. So 50 by 6 would make it like a Robusto, maybe. Anyway, I don't think our friends in the airport are going to give me any trouble about having a cigar box with one cigar missing. I can explain to them that I smoked one to make sure they were good. Actually, it's been a while since I've had Candelas. These are uncommon because everybody likes the darker colored cigars. I'm going to save the band, and they're a very mild cigar, so this is one that I thought would appeal to the most folks. This is a piece of gear also that I suggest you guys get your peepers looking for. This is a Swiss Army knife, but it has a cigar cutter in there, and it's a scissor type deal that does a pretty good job. I can tell right now these aren't going to be too bad. Draws good while it's dry. I'm going to be rude here for a second while I. Candelas is a very delicate leaf, so you got to be careful about tearing them. So it's always a good idea to moisten it a little bit, and then we'll warm it up a little bit here. Oh, come on. Really very much looking forward to our trip. You'll notice I was rotating the cigar as I was lighting it. It just makes it, slice it evenly. I've got a selfie stick sticking up here between my knees so that I can see you and you can see me. And it's not bad. This is a little kind of mild to my taste, but there are some guys who are just starting out, or if you wanted to just kind of hang out and have a smoke, this is just fine. It's a little big. This will be about a 30-minute smoke, and don't expect you to sit around for that long, but I wanted you to see what you're getting, and these are very nice. I think you'll like them very much. I cut the grass just a few minutes ago. I just got done. Somehow I must have left the ignition on or something. The battery was completely flat, so I restarted it. Speaking of which, well, I'll find it later. I used one of those tiny little battery things. You plug it in and it's supposed to start your car. Well, it won't start a car for shit, but it does a pretty good job starting a little tractor. So that's what I keep it around for, because I don't use the tractor very much, and it's not uncommon for the battery to go flat. So we started it up. We cut the front grass. It rained last night, but the grass was getting kind of tall and rangy, and I was afraid I was going to need a hay rake to scoop it all up, and I still may need to rake. I don't have one yet, a lawn rake, but one that I can tow behind the tractor, because I can't do that manually anymore. I'm just getting too old for that. What am I thinking about? Sorry, that's the air compressor. Waving my buddy next door off. Okay, that ought to be enough. There. It wants to keep 100 pounds in the tank, and it must have dropped down below its whatever its threshold is, and it's an old one. I put it together with parts from about 4 different compressors. The pump itself was one the neighbor threw away a long time ago, at the previous house where we were living. He set his old compressor out by the road, and it had a hole in the tank. So I found another tank. I think it was a propane tank, and I mounted that on the propane tank and used it to fill that. And then when we moved to this house, next door neighbor threw out a compressor that had thrown a rod, and the compressor was shot, but the tank was good. So I tore it apart and took the tank, and so now I got it's a 25-gallon tank with what is it, 3/4 horse. It's the compressor's a little bit small for the tank, but I've painted a couple of little cars with it, and it didn't. It's pretty good, but I think it's probably, I know for sure it's I've had it for 20 years anyway, and it was old when I got it, the compressor part. So we may be looking for a new compressor here pretty soon. kind of a mild, nutty taste. Speaking of nutty, today's cigar is brought to you by the Payday Bar, probably the best candy bar on the planet, except for maybe Zero, or I like Snickers too. They're pretty good. And Vector butane. We like Vector butane very well because it's a huge value. At least it was. I've been working on the same can for a couple of years. And that's fueling my Vector. This is a pipe lighter, but and Dave has got one just like this, maybe a different color, but Nurse Dave. It's real good for lighting pipe. Has a soft flame. It has a tamper built in, and a cleaning tool down here at the other end. Another item that I highly recommend. This is a young cigar, to my tongue. I got it from Cigars International. So by the time they get them, they're 5 or 6 years old. And I got this in December of 21. So it's 4 or 5 years old. You guys won't have any trouble with these. They are mild. I'd say almost creamy, but still with a little bit of tooth that comes with its youth. It's not a brand new cigar, or not an aged cigar. These are what I would consider a fresh cigar. But you know, my humidor is full of pretty well aged cigars. But I wanted you guys to get something that more than just seasoned smokers could try. If anybody wanted to try a cigar, this is one that would be good to try out with, because it's not going to hurt you like some of the other ones that I do have. They will probably put the hurt on you and make you not want to go drink beer or anything. This is the first and probably only sunny day we're going to have. First sunny day we've had in about a week. And the weatherman says it's going to be rainy again tomorrow, which is why I had the burning yearning to at least cut the front yard, because I live in kind of an arboretum, and people keep their yards up. I'm looking across the street. Her name is Hilda. Her husband passed away about 3 years ago, but she is the workingest lady. She works in her yard all the time. Spends pretty much all of her. That's her hobby. She's a gardener, and she's got flowers all over the place. She has a weeping cherry right over here. It's just starting to bloom. My dogwoods here and here are still in bud. They're not ready to bloom yet. She's got a big maple tree, which sheds quite a bit. If you ever come to Ohio, this is the one day out of 15 that you get that sunny and suitable for outdoor activities, and yet I'm sitting in the garage. Go figure. It's kind of windy out there, and that's what I'm hoping. We get more wind with this weather system coming, so that it'll blow the straw away. I left quite a bit of. There's big clumps of grass out there, that my lawnmower didn't. I don't have a mulching mower. It's just an old John Deere deck mower. So I just went up and down. And then I decided I would go in a circle so that it's always tossing to the outside. So it threw the grass out all even so that they get blown away by the weather. Boy, we're in 15 minutes already, but I've just been jabbering. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm Major Rich. You'll find me at the Shaving Cadre. I'll probably post this, probably not in my shave journals. Well, don't expect this to be a shave journal. This is a cigar and talking with Rich, and just enjoying the blue sky and sitting in the garage with my best gal. We will see you next time. Maybe I'll do a series. I'll see if how well my lungs react to putting smoke in them, which hasn't happened for a while since the COVID anyway. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.